it may not be enough to chase away the dark. Sometimes it can even lead you in the wrong direction. But keep searching. Eventually, you will find a familiar spark to follow. That spark will show you the way back. You need the light to move through the dark, but sometimes you need the dark to see the light. And this book was dedicated to all of those still swimming in the dark.
Welcome to worship at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro, where we believe that each person has a trustworthy relationship with the Spirit, with the mystery, with the universe, with the source of life, though we name it and know it differently from one another. We believe that because we are interconnected, no one is free until we are all free. So we strive to create a beloved community here on earth, in our fellowship and in our work for justice. Most of all, we believe that the spiritual dimension of life calls us to the social dimension of it, and that it matters less what you believe and how you live. Whether you are a visitor or a member or family, we are stronger because you are with us. We are one people of many beliefs, origins, sexualities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, and all loved. Our ministry team here at UUCG is Cindy Dillard, our Director of Children and Youth Ministry, Colin McCrae, our Director of Music, Michael Hill, our Director of Membership and Operations, and the Reverend Sadie Lansdale, our Minister. We'd also like to extend a warm welcome to our musicians, Carol Webb, Larry Porter, and our guest, Caitlin Bodwell, and a warm thank you to our tech leader, Logan Hamilton. Please take this time to silence your cell phones. A covenant contains the promises that we make to one another in response to the great gift of living, holding ourselves to those holy aspirations. Will you join us in our church covenant? We, the members of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro, do covenant to promote a search for personal meaning, respecting the individual truth in a community process of quest, speak and act with caring, courtesy, and love, thereby maintaining emotional, physical, and spiritual safety for all. Support UUCG and denominational efforts with our resources. Combat injustice with promoting equality. Nurture our children on their spiritual journey. Hold ourselves to this covenant, especially during times of conflict and disagreement.
Hymn 1069, Ancient Mother. I'm going to lead y'all through some of this, and we're going to have fun with singing together. Okay.
Ancient Mother, I feel your touch.
quietly. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, let's build it up, build it up. Hear your laughter, a little louder. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Keep going, keep going. Ancient Everyone on ooze.
If you're joining us in the sanctuary, please wave hello to everyone joining us online. If you're online, go ahead and introduce yourselves in the chat. If you're in person, make sure to greet someone you do not yet know.
How beautiful it is to be together. As we gather in gratitude, we turn our hearts to thanks and praise for the gifts of living. In the presence of the Spirit that animates all life, and in the knowledge that we are connected to all that is, all that has been, and all that will be. During these few minutes of silence, you can focus on something you're grateful for, someone you are remembering especially today, or merely the sensation of your chair supporting you. Take a few easy breaths at your own pace as we settle into our silence together. Simply breathe and be. what echoes in your heart. You're invited to lift it up to the divine and lay it down in community in this sacred space and time. If you have your small piece of paper, feel free to write down a one-word fear or insecurity. If you're online, this is the time to share your joys and sorrows with one another in the chat. If you're in person and you have a milestone to share, you can fill out a yellow card, which the ushers will collect. If you're feeling a little antsy or unsure, in the back there are pipe cleaners and to fidget with, mandalas to color, and worry stones to carry with you. You may even have brought some needlework. If you're concerned or sniffly, there are masks and hand sanitizer in the back. You may now light a candle of prayer or presence for someone you're holding close to you. If you have a joy in your heart, find a flower that catches your eye and plant it in the vase. If you have a sorrow, please place a stone in the bowl. Or if you have that fear or insecurity that you've written down, there are cauldrons located in the back. So safely drop it in that cauldron and watch those fears and insecurities burn. In the church, we practice becoming more fully human. And this is our time to take stock of how we are and take what we need, knowing that the table is set for us all. Will you join me for a moment of empathy? First, we name aloud or in the chat those people in our hearts, living or dead, near or far, that this community might hold them in love. Selena McCrae says, I am so grateful for my friends in the 20s, 30s ministry who helped me ring in our new home with a painting and impromptu dance party. We can neither confirm nor deny those claims. Our prayers and compassion are with you. Thank you. Sarah Grimble says, my mother is moving to my town and we will get to see each other so much more frequently. Aw, our prayers of compassion are with you.
Sarah says, this morning I watched someone from the Freedom Flotilla drop rice in a plastic bottle in the sea. I'm hopeful the current's carrying the rice to Gaza soon. Dory shares, I am blessed to teach the children what little I know about plants this AM. Our prayers of joy go with you. Susan shares that I am moving to Charleston, South Carolina to be near my daughter and her family. Our prayers of safe journeys and love go with you. Linda Sullivan says, joy to have worshiped and sung with this congregation for 24 years. Rebecca Kay says, the Kay family is thrilled that Elliot is home from his 100-mile hiking adventure in New Mexico with his scout crew. We are so proud and grateful for the support of members of this community who supported their fundraisers. Our prayers of comfort. Cindy Dillard says, I am so grateful for Carrie Helton and Carol Webb, who led a wonderful worship workshop yesterday, helping us think about how we can better support the trans community. Carrie Farley says, both a joy and a sorrow. We are looking at houses and apartments in Jacksonville and Hubert, North Carolina, to be closer to family. Sorrow, we could not find one to our liking, no porches, etc. Joy, we are staying here and continue to come to church here. Ken Knight shares, I had a wonderful week of the Southeastern UU Summer Institute last week. If you know Susie like I know Susie. Someone shares, my joy is that Ruby looks gorgeous. You don't have to read this, you don't have to read this aloud. Sorry. I should read things quietly before I say them out loud. It's true either way. Steve Warshaw shares, I am scheduled for prostate surgery on Tuesday. This is more than a joy than a sorrow. Our prayers of healing go with you.
Love has made
Children and youth are now invited to the back for snacks, fellowship, and summer classes. With a shout of amen, the louder you shout it, the more you mean it. Who has their shit together right now? Okay. Now, who may feel a bit lost or misunderstood, isolated, numb, or hopeless, like that little fish? Beautiful. Yes, we are all interconnected, but we are all also ever-changing. And that fact alone can be unsettling, making these experiences common yet challenging. Sometimes we face these challenges with support or isolation, vices or dissociation, or maybe even try to not face them altogether. I personally tend to hermit myself from the world and disappear. Not to make myself scarce necessarily, but to feel comfort and safety in solitude while seeking what little hope I can find. Often during childhood, I would escape to this one particular area, overlooking several bluffs and valleys. And I would flee there, seeking an exit from the tragic moments I called life. My experiences were dark. My thoughts were dark. Even the path to get to my favorite overlook was dark. Just until I'd reach the overhang, where the trees would part ever so slightly. My eyes could adjust, and there, just beyond the mountains, I'd see a glow. These were the lights of Nashville, Tennessee, over 2 hours away, barely illuminating the distant horizon. And this light was a found hope that I felt deep down was waiting for me. And if I could just reach those lights, I would have all the answers, regardless of how dim they were or how defeated I was. I could have a life where I could express emotion and change would be seen as progress and not lead to exile or damnation. Where I could be understood and not be a target. Where I could at least want to not die. And maybe even for the first time, actually want to live. Though, in all fairness, being misunderstood and misplaced is what hinders many of us from being what we are designed for. And strangely, it seemed that during the darkest of those moments, in the fog, I could see figures dancing whimsically, wrapping this dark motherly presence around me, as if to say, stay with us, your dance isn't over yet. We have all probably found ourselves at crossroads, points where the familiar path diverges, requiring you to leave your comfort zone and venture into a future that remains uncertain. But these are not simply moments of fear or anxiety. They are opportunities for profound change and growth. In retrospect, I don't think I can honestly say I was the black sheep of my family. I was more like this rainbow-colored pony in a pearl-grasping, Klan-ridden, love-hating, bless-your-heart town of white-only jackasses who would have loved nothing more than to hang me with their Bible belt. So at 16, I quickly realized I had a decision to make. stay and risk becoming yet another statistic in the obituaries, which is the case for many Southern queer folks. Or 2, leave everyone and everything I had ever known and loved behind. I wasn't sure which path to take, but I knew for certain that if I didn't decide, I may soon not have a path at all. And the dark kept getting darker, and those lights kept calling me, and so I left. Now, I never thought Nashville was where I would settle down, but it did begin this journey away from a home that was never built for me to live in anyways. However, that road quickly led to homelessness, drug abuse, sex work, confusion, guilt, self-hatred, spiritual rage. And this led to so much uncertainty and doubt that eventually the only thing that was left surrounding me was darkness. On warm nights, I'd sleep under the stars, wondering how many times they had led sailors at sea to safety, or reflected in the tears of a troubled heart. During the cold months, I'd stay somewhat warm by a small fire, burning any possessions I had, or could scrounge up, obtaining just enough comfort until the next day. Though on the nights it did seem to be the coldest and most unforgiving, I'd occasionally catch small glimpses of dancers in the wafts of the smoke, as if they were saying, "Stay with us, your dance isn't over yet." Several years later, I stumbled upon a book by psychologist and spiritual author Cindy Brannon, who writes of Hecate, this often misunderstood pre-Olympian titaness who is quite prominent in pagan altars, witchcraft, Celtic cultures, with mentions in 7th century Greek poems, and even the head witch in Macbeth. But regardless of the geographic, literary, or spiritual alignment, she's always presented as this moon goddess who waits at the crossroads of the heavens and earth, forever protecting the keys to souls. She states, "The mother, maiden, and crone does not find you, you find her," describing her role as a guide and key holder, suggesting that she does not actively seek individuals out, but rather you must seek her out in order to journey inwardly, confronting your own subconscious and darkness. With her torches lighting the ways, she reminds us that change is not always a gentle breeze, that it can be a raging storm or a lonely ocean. Nonetheless, she is an unwavering companion who helps us navigate uncharted territories. There's also a Greek tale of when Hades, the god of the underworld, abducts and tricks Persephone, who is a daughter of Zeus, and forces her to traverse between the underworld, which gives us fall and winter, and the earth, which gives us spring and summer. But she is always comforted and guided by Hecate herself. So if you ever find yourself in a constant season of change, let this not be a sign of failure or weakness, but rather a sign that you are actively seeking answers and betterment, and that you are becoming more aligned with your true self. Instead of fearing these crossroads, may we view them as the sacred gateways they are, moments where we choose to become the best versions of ourselves, with strength and courage to accept the unknown. And we choose the path that will lead us to our fullest potential. In another Greek tale, a traveler ventures so deep into the heart of Hecate's cave that she eventually reaches a cauldron of rebirth. This traveler begins to question her own worthiness and doubtfully wonders if she would even enter at all, but then quickly realizes that decision was made the second she chose to begin this journey. And as she climbs in, exhausted from her journey, Persephone silences the room. Artemis, the archer, offers protection, and trembling, weeping, she begins to shed so much of her past that the only thing remaining is her soul. As many of us can maybe relate to the struggles of vulnerability, or not even feeling like a person. The goddess and midwives gather around, fully accepting, and begin to weave her back together. She then emerges, now grasping the key to her own soul, and ventures forth into the light in her truest form. You see, in finding this community with unconditional acceptance, especially during her times of inner conflict and disagreement, only then was she able to shed old traumas and societal expectations, build herself up from the rocks that were left for her at the bottom, and grow anew. As this divine nature of duality, when unsure of the way forward, she offers wisdom and strength. She understands the human experiences of fear and grief and complex decisions, as her knife cuts the umbilical cord, guides the living, and severs the thread of life. When feeling lost or overwhelmed, she encourages reflection and seeking inner wisdom, reminding us that a path forward always exists and that any difficulty can be navigated with resilience and patience and grace, but that change is in fact necessary. During my time under the stars and next to a small fire, I kept seeking answers, not knowing if I was ever meant to continue, but knowing I could not stay on that same path. Those dark moments led to some legal troubles, leading me to seek shelter indoors, often at a shopping mall, which was far warmer and much brighter, but strangely, a great deal lonelier than being alone. That path led to an Army recruiter and a promise of experiences and travels and respect. I was even lucky enough to win a 6-year vacation to Afghanistan. All exclusive. One night, during a particularly grueling event, our relief support had finally arrived. Soldiers are trained to survive first and react later. So after hours of feeling unsure and outnumbered, and just so unsure of the outcome, we had finally found a safe space to land. And I finally gained a moment to just breathe. I closed my eyes. Deep breath. Thinking either they miss me and I'll be fine, or they don't miss me and it won't be my problem anymore. And out of nowhere, the bombs and alarms and screaming and gunfire had suddenly just stopped. I took another deep breath, and I held on to that breath, waiting as if it would be my last. I heard the intercom come on. All clear. Heavy exhale. And I looked up into the night sky. And there I saw the same stars and moon that I had idolized and sought refuge in as a child, still shining, shimmering there in the darkness by the thousands, like beautiful little twinkling torches. And that really pissed me off. Deep breath. As if what just happened didn't just happen. Deep breath. As if every dark moment I'd ever encountered over the years didn't matter or had ever mattered. Shallow breath. As if every tear and heartbreak and nightmare the world had ever had to offer were all in vain. Shallow breath. As if every death or love lost or illness was all for laughs. Shallow breath. Almost taunting my mere existence and pain and suffering as some sort of throwaway joke on an elementary school popsicle stick. No breath. As if. Deep breath. I sat there for what felt like hours, contemplating each decision I'd ever made. Cigarette after cigarette, memory after memory, emotion after emotion. The highs invalidating the lows oppressing the highs, regretting damn near every single second of my life that inevitably led me to this point. I felt so angry and abandoned and so deeply wounded. I remember for the first time in forever actually praying that there really was this old white man sky wizard in the clouds that had been weaponized against so many. So that on Judgment Day, I would know whose name to call out when I started throwing hands. Honestly, just someone or something to blame. I closed my eyes and took one more deep breath, trying to ground myself, trying not to give up, trying to make it all make sense. And then there was this spark. My thoughts drifted back to Hecate, a recently discovered deity in my world at that time. My mind began to recreate the memories I had of the moon and the Nashville glow, and then the trash can fires and the mall lights, and now the stars again. And then it hit me. That presence, the lights, the paths, they had been there the entire time. And then I remembered she does not force us to choose, but rather illuminates the possible paths and allows us to make our own decisions, for the work is ours to do. Teaching us how to let go of old patterns, habits, places, people, beliefs, which is essential for transforming. But we must indeed be willing to choose a path, forever facing away from the paths you leave behind and never regretting the roads you did not take. I took that as a sign as I felt this common matronly voice speak to my heart. She said, "You may travel down any path you may choose, but girl, you need to get the hell out of here." And in the moonlight, through the dust and the smoke of the aftermath, I saw the same familiar whispers of hope twirling slowly in the air between me and the sky, as if to say, "Stay with us. Your dance isn't over yet." This human connection to uncertainty should not be a cause for dread, but hopefully leads us to a deeper understanding that darkness and light are not mutually exclusive, but complementary forces that work together to create a balanced existence. And understanding that transcendence often requires you to face your shadows, learn how to love your ghost, and to release the ones you cannot. Acknowledging both that life may seem gloomy at times, but that brighter paths do lie in wait, even if you have to wait. Once your eyes adjust to the dark, you may find strength to rise, transform, and truly begin to live again, authentically, fully, and perfectly you. At this time, I would like to ask those who are willing and able to raise a hand for a little group activity. You don't have to go anywhere, you're just sitting. So if everybody could just raise their hands. Yep, perfect. Yes. All right, look around, wave at everybody, being here. being beautiful. Keep your hands raised. Okay, here's the rules to the game. Keeping your eyes closed and your hands raised, I'm gonna ask some questions. If the question applies to you, you simply lower your hand and you keep it lowered, keeping your eyes closed the rest of the time. Everybody got it? Okay. So close your eyes, take a deep breath. Lower your hand and keep it lowered only if you have ever been through a divorce, have ever been houseless, have ever dealt with addiction. If you have ever felt safer in the dark because you didn't like what you see. If you have ever asked yourself, am I good enough? Am I even worth it at all? Or will I even be missed? When ready, take another deep breath and slowly open your eyes. Again, look around. For those of you with your hands still raised, smile. May you find gratitude and grace in the fact that you can be an example of inspiration and hope. For those of you with your hand lowered, rest. May you find peace and joy knowing you're a symbol of strength and resilience. Know that your journey and transformation are often private endeavors, visible only to you and those lucky enough to witness. But most importantly, you're not alone. May you find strength in the shadows while embracing the light of wisdom, guiding you with courage and conviction. So moving forward, embrace your crossroads. Step forward with faith, choosing opportunities for growth, possibilities, relationships, accepting the full spectrum of your experiences. Embrace the seasons of change. Be patient with yourself and be patient with those who may not yet understand. For Mother Earth spins on, but not with you and not with me. And though we are finite and brief, we are all meaningful and worthwhile. Embrace the lessons of letting go. This is often the most painful process, but is the most crucial when moving forward with confidence and purpose. Releasing what no longer serves you, making room for what is meant to be. And finally, embrace each other as we continue to grow. Seek beauty and acceptance within yourself, even when others don't. Trust that the divine is working in each one of you, even when you are misunderstood or lost, for the table is set for us all. And whether it's the stars in the night sky, the moon casting a shadow, a blanket across the desert, a candle in a dark moment, or the city lights just beyond the mountains, keep searching. You just may find her there, waiting patiently.
Welcome you to stand as we sing about our little lights. This little light of mine. Your lyrics are in your booklet here.
Let it shine.
this month we are sharing our offering plate with Food Not Bombs, a mutual aid group that provides vegan meals to neighbors on a weekly basis. We partner with them because we too believe that among unjust systems that need changing, there are hungry people that need to be fed. You can give by texting GIVE to the number listed in the order of service, visiting our Facebook page, or the ushers will be coming forward to collect the offering, which will now be gratefully received.
Took my love and I took it down. I climbed the mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within
Will you join me in our chalice extinguishing words? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
If you'd like to get more connected, whether you're with us in person or online, please fill out the contact form on our church website, or you can stop by the visitor's desk in the lobby. After this, please join us for tea, coffee, or conversation. We will hold a reflective circle here in the sanctuary for those who want to explore more about today's sermon. And from the new members class on spiritual journey was Reverend Sadie in her office. It was rescheduled from last week, is happening today. And beloved, in those moments, you just can't seem to look on the bright side. I would love to sit with you in the dark. So until we are together again, stay with me, my friends. Our dance isn't over yet. Please rise and embody your spirit for our benediction hymn from this house.